life together, and then now I'm supposed to jump in and try and help somebody else. It's like being asked to organize a potluck when your fridge has nothing but ketchup packets. But here's the cool paradox behind that is that that potluck might just feed you too, right? So all of this recovery, you read the big book, you read a lot of, you even reading in the Bible, it's just so paradoxical, right? In order to gain my life, I have to give it, right? And it's fascinating when you submit to it. It's fascinating when you do get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm going to surrender to this idea. And you start to see how it changes everything, but it does get exhausting. So we can get analytical with this. Helping others isn't all sunshine. Okay. Of course, I had to be a Debbie Downer somewhere in here. Guys, give me a break. But there's a dark side to all of this. Psychologists call it compassion fatigue. And if you're constantly giving without refilling your tank, you burn out. That's just the way humans work. A 2015 study in professional psychology found that 50% of counselors and social workers report compassion fatigue symptoms. If only I was going into a profession like that, huh? Oh crap. Over helping increases anxiety by about 15% in high stress roles. Okay. And then chronic stress from over giving raises cortisol by about 20%. That's going to affect your physical health big time. And I think that was in Health Psychology, which I think is a magazine, maybe a book, don't know. Anyways, in recovery, this is a landmine. You're already raw, and maybe you're grieving losses or you're fighting cravings. And if you overcommit to helping others, you risk your own sobriety. Okay. This is a very important lesson. And I've had to I talked through, one of my buddies who passed away. I remember sitting down on the couch and us having this conversation. And he was one of the guys I didn't really sponsor, but I was kind of a friend. And he would stay up and he would, this is when I had moved away from the rehab and I'd moved back home, and he would text me until, midnight, 1 o'clock. Okay. And he's texting through his cravings. He's working through his thoughts. He feels like he's so scrambled. It's all in the